Hey guys, I was in a Mexican store, man, and they were just jamming. It was nice. Okay, so I am working on a Dyson. Working on a Dyson. I actually want to see what's happening here, man, with this thing, and we're gonna get started. Okay. All right. So this was happening with this deal. This Dyson has some black stuff kind of just coming out of it. Okay. And you would think it's the motor or something, right? But what it was, and I think it is let me see if I can get some of it to. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you some of it. A lot of it came out. Here it is. Here's some. And just a little bit of it. But it's like a bunch. So I'm thinking, yeah, they already have this filter. Okay? They already have this filter here. I'm thinking that the filter, they have something wrapped around this section right here on the inside that's like some kind of plastic mesh or something. I'm thinking that's what it is. So it's like, so okay, how do you fix this problem? Damn. Out of all the places it's gonna be right here. Like, yeah. All right, so let me do this. Let me get my gloves. My Venom steels. All right, get these gloves in the description. There's a link there. All right, so let me put these things on and start messing with this and see. But before I get into that, let me kind of look at what some questions people had, the community had, and maybe I can answer something, okay, before I get started, all right? Let me see if I can answer a few questions here. Okay, just came in. This one just came in. My Revolution works on the handheld, but not on the floor. Okay. You know what I'm thinking that is? Okay, this is from RR Striker. All right, so hopefully you're listening right now. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Woody floor. Oh, well, I'm doing it with this hand. Yeah, man. Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, so I kind of want to just, let me refresh this. Kind of want to just answer this question here. This person looks like the Bissell Revolution. Is it a Pet Pro? Okay, well, the Revolutions in general. It looked like she's able to use, or he's able to use the hand tool. Okay, now if you remember from the other videos we had, guys, the hand tool is powered by the same belt that powers the shaft that turns the brushes. Okay, that's what that little pump that's attached to the shaft, the belt is powering that. So the belt is shooting the water up the hose, if you want to look at it that way, so you can spray. So that part is working. So what you're telling me then is that the second part, because the water comes down 2 channels, the second part is you're having a problem with. So guess what? It's not the tank, because you're getting water to spray. It's not the pump, because the pump controls the hose. And the floor is a gravity thing. So now there's a slider on the side of the Bissell Revolution. Goes from max, and you can push it down to, like, you know, whatever. Make sure that's on max. Okay? This is without taking your machine apart. You don't have to worry about stuff like that. Just make sure that slider is on max. I have a feeling that would fix the problem for you. Okay? Because really, there's no obstruction other than that max thing. If you're getting water through the hose, good. There's no obstruction other than that, unless, and this again is not kind of silly because you would have to have some kind of clog near the auto receiver. But if the auto receiver is giving water out to the hose, then the auto receiver should give water down to the floor. Okay, so let's assume that. So that slider is the only thing between the auto receiver in the tank and that floor. That's it. There's no other, nothing else is in the way. So that's the only thing I can think of. Okay, all right. So we'll leave it at that for that one. And I'm starting to sweat like a. I go. Oh, let me turn this thing on, man. Let me turn this on. Let me turn this on. All right. Oh, it's not plugged in. Give me a second. Give me a second, guys. I don't want to be burning up in here while I'm doing this. Okay. Almost there. All right. Fantastic. That's a lot better. Well, let me wipe my forehead while I'm at it, and then I can continue. All right, so let's do this one last question, and then I'm gonna get into this Dyson here. Okay, make sure I have all my little tools. Okay, make sure I have everything because I'm gonna need a T. I'm thinking a T8, a T8 torque screw, T8. A T10. I don't think I'm gonna need a 15. I just got it from outside, guys, so I kind of ran right in here to get started. So I'm a little bit unprepared right now. Okay, got some stuff here. All right, and I have something here. Okay, great. I can at least start with that, and then I'll find the rest. I'll find the rest. Last question. Okay. Last question. Let's see what we got. All right, this is a thank you. Thank you for actually giving useful information. Other videos I saw all had the dumbest suggestions, like make sure your water tank isn't full. Duh. Right. Okay, so this is about the Bissell Revolution suction problem, or Bissell in general. One of my videos on the site. Okay, well, that's awesome. And then another thank you. So, all right, well, guys, appreciate all the love. Okay, if you have any more questions, please put them in the comments. All right. Okay, what we got here? Let me see if I can see some of the guys that's saying what's up. All right. Let me turn on my chat box here, so I can see what's going on. Okay. All right. I use code X Mar2X. Wow, that's a cool name. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? That's right. What's up, man? And Harshit, man, these guys are awesome, man. Do you like Eminem music? Well, there's some songs from back in the day. Yeah. I used to really like. How's this? I used to really like Eminem music. How's that? And then I don't know time. It doesn't. I don't know time. Some of them the time doesn't work. Time takes away from it. Some music over time, they just stick with you, and you just, and then some music sometimes. But I like a couple of them. I like Lose Yourself. I like Lose Yourself. And some of the old ones are really, really hardcore now for me to really get into. All right, let's go, guys. Let's take this bad boy off. Okay, what am I doing here? Where's my little clip? Oh, it's broken. Oh. Okay. Well, let's use something to kind of push down on that red tab, because something's going on here. Something's going on here. All right, let's get this out of the way. Oh, you know what about this? There's some guys that this thing would break, so the moment you push this inside, it falls out. Okay, you can buy these. Okay, you could I think you can get them on Amazon, and really all you have to do is just take the screw out up top here, okay? And just kind of pry it out. And when you put it back in, just put in this section first, where the tab, just push the screw tab in first, and then kind of fit the rest in, okay? And then put your screw back. So I've seen a lot of people have this issue, and they sell them now. It's probably aftermarket, of course, but it does the job, okay, to get these. All right? Okay, so let's continue. All right, so let's see what I got. Let's see what I might have to get into here, man. So these you know, if you feel like really wanting to kind of deal with intricate stuff, grab a Dyson and start working with it. You know, especially the ball. You know, get a Dyson ball and start messing around. If you really want to kind of lose your mind into like what am I doing? All right, let's see what we got here. All right, we're good. Let's take this off. Okay. And you should also remove that battery too. Probably should do the battery first, just to be on the safe side anyway. But come on, this don't have a magnet. Get one with a magnet. Awesome. Holy cow, are you serious? This too? What the hell, man? Ah. This one has a magnet. All right. Gosh. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. That was a nice song, man. I would love to hear that one again. It's a Spanish song. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, man. It's funny. I've been to a couple of parties, you know, Spanish type parties, and you have Mexican, and then you have like Dominican, Puerto Rican, and you know, the styles are different. You know, the styles are different. The dancing styles are different. Holy cow! Look at this bad boy. Okay. Wow. Look like on the way out, I'm gonna have to clean this thing up. Golly. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Some guys don't like bagless machines because of the amount of dust that they seem to hide. Like bagless seem to really accumulate a lot of dirt, man. You would think you're getting the bagless so you don't have to deal with the dirt, but that dirt is like making a home in the cleaner. You know, you think you're throwing it away, but the it's like the vacuum cleaner is like, I'm gonna keep some. I'm not gonna give it all to you. I'm gonna keep some. Gosh, I'm a bag person myself. What kind of cleaners you guys use? You guys like to use bag or bagless? All right, I'm gonna have to go through the back also. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through the back. I need a skinny Phillip. This one's just a little bit bigger than I want. I need a skinny Phillip. Come on, show yourself. Flathead. Well, you always need a flathead. Let's see if this one would do. Might not be long enough though. All right, that'll work. That'll work. Skinny Phillip. Damn, nice and easy, boy. Just gotta take your time sometimes. All right. I want to see what's in this thing, man, because I really hate messing with these motors. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't like messing with them because there's I give credit to the guys who made this stuff. How's that? I don't like the way this is working either. I give credit to the guys who made this stuff, man. Take your time, because the detail, the intricacies that goes into make design and stuff like this. But sometimes we can get caught up in our excitement and creativity and forget about like basic function. It's like, I like it, it's really fancy, but damn, it's now I just want to change the belt. What the hell? Damn, man, I just want to change the belt, man. What the hell, man? Why is this thing so crazy? It's like, gosh. I don't know, you don't think you went too far? Oh my God. I just want to change the belt, man. All right, here we go. All right. Cool. All right, let me see something. Ah, there we go. All right. So I like going through here because if you see this stuff here, if all you want to do is get the motor, then you just deal with the motor itself. You know, but when you're working on these, it's best to kind of get the whole thing done. Like, really, okay? Because you could have a problem hiding. You fix one thing and you have another problem hiding. So I like just kind of going in and seeing what I'm working with. So, you know, just in case there's a problem somewhere, other than what I think it might be, you know, you want to be able to get that squared away. Let me get this battery off because I'm messing around with this thing and the battery is still on. So let me get this out of here. All right. All right. Where you guys coming from? Some people are, we see some people are kind of chilling out here. You know, you can say hi, you know, drop a like if you're not going to say hi, just click a like if you're not going to say hi, right? How's that one? He's like, I ain't going to say hi to you. All right. Well, just hit a like, man. It's all right. Just hit a like. It helps. It helps. We appreciate it. It counts. Right, here we go. Okay. So now, let's mess around with this thing. Oh my gosh, I can't even get any further with the motor unless I take off those things. And it's not fun, man. So I'm not complaining. I'm just like, you know, I like working on Kirby's are so simple. Kirby's are simple. If you really think about, look, someone said that in simplicity is where the genius is, right? Making something that is just like people that have the ability to explain complicated things in a simple way, right? And I'm just trying to get this little piece here off, right here, because for me to get to the rest of this, I'm gonna have to, see here? I'm gonna have to remove some wiring and some stuff from in there. That's why. That's why I feel like this about these. Mess with this stuff. All right. Let's get this guy out. All right. So we pull him out, put him on the side. Oh, yeah. Carajo. All right. There's a tiny little guy here you're going to have to get off. This tiny little guy here. So you get like a tiny little flathead screwdriver. You don't want to get brutish with this, okay? You don't want to kind of just attack it with all your fervor and all this stuff. You got to really slow down when you're messing with these guys, okay? All right. take my time. That's it. So it just kind of pops up. Just pluck it up, like pluck, okay? Comes off. Then we need to get our screw again. Okay. Well, here's the good thing. I'm not changing the trigger, because that's, whoo, that's a whole nother dance right there, man. Okay, let me get this one out. One more. I didn't really want to remove this guy though, man. I didn't want to mess with him, so I'm gonna leave this alone. I'm just gonna work around this deal here. I don't want to mess with nothing extra. Okay, and like I don't want to give myself any more work on this thing. All right. So now that I did this, okay, now I'm gonna get the flathead and I'm just gonna kind of lift those two prongs up back there. Sorry, 1 and 2. So just gonna kind of carefully, and they're kind of hard. The metal is pretty strong, so just pry it up a little bit. You may have to do it a little bit more than a little bit, but because what you're trying to do is pull it away from that, so you're gonna have to kind of straighten it, you know. So now, now that I kind of have it kind of move back some, I'm gonna get a if I can find it, I'm gonna get a. I'll probably put it below. Is it in my below case? I'll use this. I'll use this. So that utility stuff. You know, everything works. All right. Okay, come up. Come on, straighten up. Okay, let's see if it can come right out. Ah, see, so I kind of straightened it so I can lift this right out of there. All right, so let's see, man, because I really don't go into these things too far in sometimes. But let's see if I can get this guy out of here. And if I can't, well, at least you know how to get this far. Just a quick mention before I continue into this. If you want to mess with this, this one has it. If you want to mess with this, like you want to change the trigger on one of these, you do what I just did to get to this point. Then you would take these two screws out here, okay? And you literally would have to kind of like clip it up, like pop it off, and then slide it out. It's going to be kind of tough because it's gonna want to do something like this, okay? And then get the screw out of down here. I think it's like a T8, and this way you can slide it out this way. You can there's a shaft in here, and this stuff, and you can pull that out now. Put on your new trigger, slide it back up in there, put the screw back in, fit these wires right through that little scope again, put the screws back, and then repeat the process back out. Now, if somebody actually want to see that, then you can torture me and ask me to do it, and I'll try to I'll do my best to help you with that. But if you don't want to see me go through this, then you won't ask me. All right, let's see. Let's see, because like I said, I haven't been in these. Let me move this circuit board away from here. I don't want any accidents to happen with this, so we're gonna move this out the way. Okay. All right. So we got a gasket. There's a gasket here. Let's see if this gasket can move. This black gasket. All right. So let's see. I'm just gonna use flathead. If anyone knows this channel, look at that. Look at that, man. Look at that. I just moved the gasket and the whole thing is coming up. Let's see what this motor looks like. Wow. Can you imagine that, man? That's it. That's the Dyson motor. Look at this tiny little thing. Again, I gotta give these guys credit. I'll be honest with you. I'm not, some people, the Dyson suck. I mean, yeah, maybe. I hear what you're saying, but this is still genius, bro. I can't hate on them. I don't know how to make a tiny motor like this. You know what I'm saying? Just give them some credit. Where's my brush? I want a brush. Let me use this. Let me use a little vacuum. Look at this. While you're in here, you might as well get the dust off of this thing, right? Okay, so look at what we have here, guys. All it is that was scaring was this guy falling apart. He's falling apart. He's falling to pieces. Okay, and that's what was happening. All this stuff was coming out the back of the Dyson. And what's good though, that you probably don't have to worry too much, is that it's a tight fit in there. So you probably don't have to worry about it getting into this part that's sparking, just in case. And also the air is all, like the air is blowing that way for the most part. For the exhaust air is, that's what this is here for, to catch anything that blow out. So I don't even know if this is absolutely necessary, to be there. I think it's really just designed to catch any extra, like, I don't know, let's say fibers got through or something, and this will probably catch it or something like that. But it's getting brittle and hot, I guess, or whatever, and it's breaking down. Okay, so what I wouldn't do though is put like and if someone really want to replace this, Bissell sells filters like these. Not sure if you might find this on eBay, maybe Amazon or something, but the likelihood of you finding this, just typing it up, because it's so far in the motor, is people will prefer to just sell you the whole motor or something online than to go and try to sell these. But based on the size of it and the texture, Bissell sells it for the Helix, if I'm not mistaken, the Power Force, and they put it right above the motor at the base of the Bissell. Man, I'm trying to show you a picture of it. But anyway, just try to imagine it. Imagine a vacuum, the dust cup slides in, right? And you do that little turn, you pull the dust cup out. When you pull the dust cup out, on the plastic base in a hole, you're gonna have this sitting there like that. Okay, so Bissell will sell these, and I guess if you really do want to put it back in here, you can just do that and put it in here. Okay. All right. So let's see if I can remember how to put this back together. Let's see if I can remember how to put this back together. Okay. Well, here's what's good. You don't have to worry about what side to put it in on if you can remember. You don't have to worry about that because the shape, okay? And the motor is shaped, the gasket is shaped the same way. So you just kind of put it back in. Again, that's why I say if you want to tinker with stuff, Dyson is, you go to, I don't know, one of those thrift stores, pick up one of these things and just mess around and get your brain teased with some kind of stuff like this. I would imagine this is good for people who retired, or you just want to stimulate your brain you get stuff like this and mess around. You know, just therapy. Mess around. Solve a problem. Now if I can just solve getting this thing in here, my big ass fingers. Let me use my head, man. Let me use my head. Let me just put it in like this. Oh my God. Slide it. Ay, carajo. Yes. Got it in. Okay. Fantastic. All right, so now, golly, before I even mess with this other one, I have to clean this out, and I'm not gonna. I won't do it right now. And yeah, I probably want to clean out. I'm probably going to clean that out too. Okay. Well, you know what? Let me do this now because I want to at least get this far. Okay. So I will get a paper towel. All right. And let's just clean this out a little bit. Look, any vacuum cleaner you get, it doesn't matter which one, you're gonna get a lot of dirt inside, man. These vacuums, but the bagless, they just seem to collect way more dirt than the bag vacuums. All those little corridors and spaces, they just fill them up, you know. So if you're the type that, you know, you're really clean and you really don't want, you know, then you may want to try taking your vacuum apart and just clean that shit. Just clean it out. Okay. Replace the filters, but also the HEPA filter in the front. You know, check it and see how much stuff is backed up in it. Okay. And then once in a while, just buy a HEPA filter. If, you know, 15, 18 bucks or something like that, they go for. Okay, so here we go. So what we're gonna do, well, golly, man. Let me get some of this. Let me get some of this cleaned off, man. Let me get some of this stuff cleaned off. Let me get some of this stuff. All right. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna slide it back in, and then I'm gonna try to carefully put all this through. Okay, along with this little guy right here. So that's what we got. Just kind of slide. Come on now. You can do it. You can do it. All right, so now that little guy is in my way. So I'm going to use this guy and pull him up just a little bit. Be careful not to squeeze this thing too hard or yank it, okay? Because you don't want to take the head off and then shut that part down. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, don't forget. While you're doing, my God, man. While you're doing this, we got to make sure we get our circuit board in there too. And I'm telling you to be careful. I'm like, be careful, you know, guys. Be careful. Like, dude, you be careful. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my circuit board is still in. All right, here we go. Make sure you're careful. Isn't that what we do though? We always give advice, and we're like, it's like, dude, tell me about kids, man. You don't have any kids. What are you talking about? It's like, what about you, bro? Are you being careful? Come on, buddy. Yeah, here we go. All right, this side is in. That side is in. I was trying to get that little guy again. He slipped right through. And just kind of bring him on the side, okay? Bring him on the side. Try not to get this. God, can you even see it? Yeah, try not to get this guy caught anywhere, okay? So just kind of make, oh shit, came out again. Just kind of make sure he's on the side. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna show you anything else. I'm just gonna put this thing on. You get it. I'll let me put this on because it's no fun, like I said. All right, here we go. But it can be fun though. I mean, if you have the time and you're like determined to do something. But if you got a lot of stuff to do, you're like, man, this is the last one on the list. That's kind of that's yeah, that's the other side of it. if you're doing it for work, it becomes like, really? All right. Okay. I'm gonna let the little guy be last. Let me get this big guy up. So I'm gonna pull these guys up and put them over again. Now I gotta kind of turn them back. Okay. So you have to be kind of careful with this because you have to now you have to turn them back to turning downwards. Okay. So I'm using this little thing here, and I'm just turning it. All right, let me get my little screw, and once I get one in, then I can at least put this thing down. I can at least put it down, and then we can, I can do something. Come on. Now it's good if you have a magnetic tip thing, because these things are so small, and you have to kind of balance. Yeah, it's a balancing act you have. Now you can probably catch this on something, like put it on something, or some kind of clamp or something to hold it in place so both hands are free. Okay. I'm not set up right now to do that right now, so I'm gonna have to do it the hard way. Okay, come on. I'm almost there. Damn. Yeah, I probably should do the clamp thing. I should probably do the clamp thing. All right, here you go. I think I got it. I'm using my other finger to hold it down. Here you go. All right. There you go. All right. And you're in. Yeah. So what I was able to do, I'll show you in a second. Okay. I just kind of put one finger on it to hold it, and then I screwed the thing in. So I'm just gonna, now you probably don't have to do it for the other side, because now the other side is like in place, because the other one is, secure. So now all I have to do, hey, Jose, what's up, bro? Now all I have to do, luminous plasma. Wow, now that's a cool name. Just tuning in. What's the situation with the Dyson? You know what? The Dyson was blowing some black debris out the back, and customers really worried about this thing. It's like, what the hell is this? Turned out it was this. Some kind of plastic, I guess an extra filter thing. Some vacuums only use that to, oh my gosh, come on. It's for the exhaust, really. It's an extra couple of fibers that the dust have to fight to get through before it gets to the filter, before it gets to this. And you already have, like, really good protection here. You got the HEPA in the back. You got this filter here for the motor. So I was like, you know what? It's all right. Okay. So now I got to put this little guy right here back. This little thing right here. Okay. So you know what, guys? If anyone's interested in getting into something like this, just learn how to rebuild computers. Because whatever's coming in the future, or well, it's really on the market already, robot vacuums, etc. Automated vacuuming, they're all gonna need circuit board type stuff. So I have a feeling there's a whole lot of even the robots are gonna be breaking down, right? so people are gonna need let's say you get a job at a company that service those things, or you're designing them, right? Um, if you're designing them, you're still gonna be looking for people to um, to fix them. So you're gonna be hiring people, but then they're gonna have to know computer, motherboards and stuff. Think about it. Makes sense. I have to find the right screws for this thing. This thing, yep. Pong Tien Van. Two. How do you pronounce? How would you pronounce the middle name if you had to use like an English term? So an English person is not messing up your name. Is it Fong, right? It's for the first. And I guess that is in English, but treat. But if you had to kind of, you know what I mean? Like, sounds like this. Sounds like, like Aloysius. Sounds like delicious. I know a guy named Aloysius, man. That is a name. It's a cool name, though. Aloysius. All right, so the motor's back. We got the motor back together. Okay, see that? And but then we still have to get here. So guys, I'm gonna do this one off camera. Okay, this is but I want to show you something before I go. If you have one of these guys, and I mentioned it before, I'm gonna have to put a paper towel. I want to show you what I'm talking about. If you have one of these guys, put this paper right here because my keyboards are right here, and I don't want it to get in my keyboard. I want to show you. I'm gonna show you what I mean. I need a toothbrush or a brush, paintbrush. I didn't want to mess with the paintbrush, so I'm looking for a toothbrush. I got the paintbrush right behind me. I know where they are, but I'm trying to get a toothbrush that I've used to scrub like vacuum heads or whatever. Here's something I can use. Okay. So this is a mesh here. This is a mesh with tiny little holes and everything. And it's like a filter. It's a mesh, right? But it's supposed to filter out because remember, the suction is pulling everything in. It's really trying to get it to the motor. Think about it. It's just it doesn't have any thought, right? And it's just like, come to me, right? The vacuum suction is on. It's pulling everything in. So these guys now say, well, let's try to keep all the hair and the big junk from going towards the motor. Now, obviously, it worked a little, but not a whole lot, because there's a whole lot of dirt. Oh, man. Like a lot of dirt on this thing, right? But then when you get in here now, this can cake up and it can strain your motor and it can overpower your battery and all that stuff because it's pulling. Now you're like, it can't breathe, right? So you would have to get in here, get a skinny, oh my gosh, it's so small that the toothbrush really can't fit in here. So you would have to get go to like Dollar Tree, Oh my gosh. Let me use one of the cheap brushes. Oh no, this is not the cheap brush. Damn it. Give me a second. I'm gonna get a brush. All right, let me get one that's beat up then. Damn, you don't want to use your expensive brushes on stuff like this. So let me get one that's already on its way out. Ah, gosh. All right, I got another one like this, so. Hey. My brush, man. Oh God. Come on, let me get one that's beat up. All right, this is kind of beat up. All right, this is kind of beat up. I could use this one. All right, so what you would do is you get in here, and you have to get this stuff out because. All right, I'm gonna do it over here. so you can see what I'm gonna do it over here so you can see the work, because let me turn this off because it's gonna blow everything this way. All right, I'm only here for a few more minutes, so I'm not gonna worry about sweating to death. All right, let me get some of this cleared out so you can see what I'm talking about. Shite. So this is something you can do at home, because you don't need it's just taking these screws out. Really, all you're doing is, look, all you're doing is taking these screws in this section here. Let me find the right one. Boom, right here. And also one more thing, when you take it off, you see the shape. Just match the two moon sides up, and you're good to go. All right. So really, you're just taking 1, 2, 3, these screws right here, and it comes right off, and you can just clean out that section. Okay. So, you know what I mean? So someone could do this at home and not feel like, like you need to be a mechanic for that, for this particular thing right here. Okay. Now let me see if I can dump it. All right, so let me show you what I got so far. I'm gonna do the rest later, but this is what I got so far out of that behind the mesh, right? That was caking up the mesh. All of that. This is not just what do you call it? Dust like smear does. This is like big. This is like that. So what do you think is happening when that vacuum is running? It's like it's like trying, and the motor is just like, all right, I need more power, to the battery, give me more power. So, okay, Captain, right? And then the battery stopped, and then all of a sudden it's like, man, my battery doesn't stay charged long enough, right? I don't know what's going on. I don't know with my battery, man. I'm just using it up. I have it on max power and everything, and. So anyway, these are all parts of the problem that would cause you to have to keep replacing those things. Anyway, guys, I hope that this was a good episode for you guys. I hope it really gave you a lot. And hey, Guitar Jams, what do you say? What do you think about Dirt Devil brand? Is buying refurbished vac a good idea? You know what? Believe it or not, Guitar Jams, love that name. The Dirt Devil is actually a pretty decent machine. The motors on Dirt Devils are very powerful. I guess there's just not enough creativity put into the designs for people to like gravitate towards it, the way they do Dysons, let's say, and stuff like that. But the motors, Dirt Devil's solid, man. Dirt Devil have a solid motor. So if it's a good running machine, all you have to do is just, get a belt. Then if you get a good deal, go for it. Okay? But yeah, Dirt Devils are pretty good. All right? Dirt Devils are pretty good. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. And I'll see you next time. I was supposed to be buffing a Kirby. I have a makeshift buffer. I might do that tomorrow. So if you want to check me back tomorrow, look out for me tomorrow. The notification bell and stuff like that. But let me show you my makeshift buffer before I leave and get out of here. So this is what I did. I bought this, and I put it on this wooden slab here, so I can move it from the shop to here, right? And so I have my light buffing stuff for it to fluff, like shine, the gloss. And this is the part I used to eat, to kind of, oh, look at this. It was bent. To eat the metal. And I accidentally had left it outside one day, and it started rusting on me. But that's what I use. So I get the Kirby like this, turn this thing on, and then just kind of hold it and just buff this bad boy until it's glossy shine. So I gotta knock out 2 Kirbys. I gotta do this, and I gotta do this old classic. And it's not in bad shape. Look at it. This is classic from 1973 or something like that. All right? That's how they used to make them, man. Back in the stuff used to last, okay? I'll see you guys later. Adios. I gotta shut it off like this.